always know where I'm headed, but I always find a way to keep going. Roll with me.
Peace and welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. And today I want to talk about something that I've been reflecting on probably since for the past couple days. And that is the resistance to acceptance. It's something that I've struggled with in the past, and honestly, I didn't fully understand its impact until I recently experienced it firsthand. It's super easy to resist things in life when they don't go the way we want, but that resistance can take a serious toll on our peace and well-being. So today, I want to explore what happens when we resist acceptance and how it affects our emotional state. But more importantly, I want to share how embracing acceptance can help us heal, grow, and create peace in our lives. Yeah. So there was a time when I didn't fully grasp what acceptance truly meant. For a long time, I thought that acceptance meant giving up, giving in, or resigning myself to things I didn't want, right? It felt like settling, and I'm not the type of person that's willing to settle, right? I thought if I accepted something, it would mean that I wasn't trying to change it or fix it. And I didn't want to necessarily be passive about life. I wanted to actively shape my reality. But over time, I've learned, and I'm still learning, that acceptance is not passive. It doesn't mean surrendering to everything. It means acknowledging it, acknowledging what it is, the situation, the feeling, the person, and making peace with it without constantly fighting against it. It's about letting go of what you can't control so you can focus on what you can change. The more we resist, the more we stay stuck. When we fight against reality, we drain our energy. Resisting acceptance can leave us feeling frustrated, disconnected, and emotionally drained. We spend so much time fighting against what's happening that we don't give ourselves the chance to see the lesson in it or the opportunity for growth. And that's when we miss out on not only healing, but progress. Um, there was a time when in my life where things weren't going as I expected, and I'm still have some situations even now that uh, didn't quite go the way I expected, right? Um, like, yeah. So, but there were times when relationships weren't working. I was facing challenges as a mother, and it felt like the weight of everything was just too much to carry. And I was resisting accepting that life is just unfolding. I was resisting accepting that life wasn't unfolding the way I wanted. And in that resistance, I lost my peace. And in a lot of those times, I was stuck in frustration, anger, and disappointment, and wishing for things to be different. And it wasn't until I started accepting things as they were that I began to find peace. And that process used to take me a really, really long time. And now it doesn't take it. It's not an instant thing, but it's like I'm able to um, accept things faster, if that makes sense. I'm starting to realize, or I had to realize, that acceptance isn't about giving up, but it's about freeing myself from the emotional burden of trying to control everything. And it's about understanding that sometimes we have to let go of what we thought life should look like in order to embrace what it actually is. And honestly, giving up that control can be challenging, right? But I can admit that acceptance has become one of the most powerful tools in my life. Like, it's helped me shift my focus from what I can't control to what I can control. And when I accept a situation, I give myself permission to stop fighting and move forward. Stop fighting it and start moving forward. I stop wasting energy on resistance and start using that energy to heal, grow, and continue to create the life I want. So, if you're struggling with accepting something right now, or just acceptance overall, here are a few things that have helped me, and I believe they can help you too. First, you have to acknowledge the resistance. You got to admit to yourself that you are resisting. It will feel uncomfortable. It might. But acknowledging it is the first step to moving past it. Two, you have to ask yourself, what can I control? When you are faced with something you don't want to accept, ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? And it may be your response, your attitude, or your next step. That's what you need to focus on. You have to practice surrender. Acceptance does not mean giving up, it means surrendering to what is and trusting that things will unfold as they're meant to. Get into the habit of saying, it's okay. I trust the process, even when things aren't perfect. 4, shift your focus. Instead of focusing on what you can't change, focus on what you can do. shift your energy toward what you can control and what's within your power to change. 5, embrace gratitude. Even in the midst of challenging situations, there's always something to be grateful for. Practicing gratitude helps shift your focus from resistance to peace. So I want to encourage you today. If there's something in your life that you're resisting right now, whether it's a situation, a feeling, or even a relationship, try practicing acceptance. Let go of the resistance and to give yourself permission to embrace what is. Because in doing so, you'll make space for growth, healing, and most importantly, peace. Acceptance doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're choosing peace, choosing healing, and choosing to move forward with clarity. And that is extremely powerful. Yeah. Um, Before I go, because I was about to say that's all, but I don't think that's all. But um, the Serenity Prayer came to mind, and this is the prayer that I know I've prayed many times over the years, and I think that in this moment I'm fully understanding it more and more. Right, like it literally just popped in my spirit. And for those of you who don't know what the Serenity Prayer is, it goes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This prayer is a reminder that acceptance isn't about surrendering to everything. It's about surrendering to what is out of our control and focusing on what we can actually change. The peace that comes from embracing this truth is profound. So, that's all I have. As always, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, drop them in the comments below. And if you have a friend or several friends that need to hear this, or maybe struggling with um, accepting some things in their lives, please feel free to share. As always, I love you all. You got this. Until next time.